Well, sadly, that's a wrap for the Girls on Fire global research tour into the recruitment strategies to attract more diversity for a modern fire service. I've chosen a really remarkable place to send my wrap message, and that is at the Human Rights Museum here in Atlanta. It's actually called the Center for Civil and Human Rights, and the display here and the interaction that you can have for what it felt like to be part of a movement that truly did change the course of global history is empowering, shocking, phenomenal, and sitting with my hands on the display with headphones on, listening to what a sit-in felt like for those men, predominantly men in the early 60s, trying to change things for their movement, for our movement, was nothing short of remarkable and pretty confronting to be sitting crying for just the tiniest of insights. So I'm really pleased I've chosen this place. I actually will be writing a proper thank you note for this whole tour, but I want to make two thank yous. First off, one is to all of you who have started conversations in your respective fire services or with your friends or with your spheres of influence about change for the fire service. I will be listing all of the fire departments, the people who I met with. There has been so much. One of my side goals was to link all the people working in this space and all of the departments trying to better their fire services. So I have achieved that. I'll have more work to do to make those linkages secure when I get home, but I'm so grateful to all of you who got on the page, liked the page, contributed, then people who invited me from seeing the page, who then linked with other people working in this space. So thank you. A huge thank you to the Winston Churchill Memorial Trust, by whom I've been afforded this incredible opportunity to travel for 10 weeks and visit 10 countries. I don't know how many cities or how many flights, the numbers of fire departments, the different people, the times that I have had. They said it would change my life. It has undoubtedly changed my life, and I'm just so grateful for that. Like I said, I will be posting an official thank you, so tune back in for that at least. And hey, you can say hello to Girls on Fire. It's a Facebook page that I've been doing about making change and how important it is to, if you want to be part of change or changing something, you've got to be part of a movement. You've got to bring people together to push change. And my area of change is for women in the fire service.
Oh, that's
so
awesome.
I've been traveling around the world and finding out ways that fire departments can increase their diversity.
Awesome.
And not just for women, but so that they actually look like the community.
That's awesome.
You guys have probably noticed the fire departments don't always look like the communities that they serve. So I've been to 10 countries in 10 weeks. Today's my last day. I'm just doing a little rap message for my Facebook page, and you guys are now on it.
She's awesome.
Australia.
From Australia, yeah.
Okay. She's awesome.
What an amazing museum, huh?
It was amazing. It is. It was very
Oh,
powerful.
so powerful. That, did you do the sit-in?
I did,
yes.
Oh my goodness.
Crying.
Oh my goodness. Made me want to.
Okay. I mean,
I think knowledge is the first thing.
Exactly.
Awareness is
yeah.
the first step.
Yeah.
Because if you've never been there, you don't know.
You can't feel what you haven't. A friend said to me on this trip a really good thing: unless you've been otherized, unless you've had a time in your life where you were other, you know, some other group, minority thing, you can't ever feel it. So.
but it can empower you just like it'll empower everybody to make something, make a change, you know?
Exactly.
So just like me, I've never been through the Holocaust.
Right.
I'm not Jewish, but I still have a sense of passion about what they go through.
Yes.
And it makes me passionate about what people have been through. So it's still...
And empathy.
And empathy, yeah, so...
But it seems, I mean, the civil rights movement, it wasn't even just about us, because it took more people who weren't other to also make the change happen.
Exactly.
So they were in our shoes, and they felt what we felt. So it wasn't segregated. It took the movement.
Sometimes that's what we see in the fire services, that you've got to get the people that are part of the majority to get on board
Yes.
to help the
push
change.
the change.
I agree.
So that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing.
You're awesome. You're
All right,
Can you
I'll
do
finish my rap message. Nice to chat with you guys.
Girls on
Pardon?
Fire? Girls on Fire?
Girls on Fire on
Okay,
Facebook.
okay,
Yeah.
we'll follow
All
you.
right. Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
So yeah, nice little impromptu addition there to what this project has been about. I thought I'd chosen a quiet spot, but it's not proving to be. Anyway, so the report on these recruitment strategies of how to increase the diversity in the fire service, I will be posting onto the site. I will also be emailing it to every one of you who I've met and engaged with along the way. So the message, the findings, the information, the next important thing is that it gets shared and get out there. Because as these great women just inferred, is that we need everyone to get on board for this movement. It can't just be the people that have been otherized, as I just described, or been a minority, or the women firefighters, or people of color and ethnic diversity. It's the people that are the majority. You've got to understand why this is happening and get on board and help make that change. So going forward, this has opened up. This is really just the start of it. I didn't really ever think that it would be the trip, the report, and then be done, but I had no idea of the magnitude of what this has opened up for me and for our fire services and for everyone who is a part of it or in a community serviced by a fire service, which is everyone. So there will be a lot more research, there will be a lot more trips, and hopefully opportunities to present these findings, to get out on message, to continue being a conduit to link people that are also working in this space, because it gets tiring, you burn out, and we all need to infuse off one another. And when I left on June 1st for Japan to look at, in that part of the world where there had been quotas, to see what really needed to happen to really force change, I kind of felt then that it needed to be a movement, and I didn't want to compare it in too much of a way to such significant movements as what is honoured and celebrated here. But it is a movement. It's a movement for change, and it's a movement that I am really passionate about getting everyone on board to help to steer that conversation, to push the boundaries, to stand up on the bus and say, why not? To sit in on those lunch times, to change the laws, to challenge the laws, because that, and history tells us this, that and only then is when change happens. So whilst we're fortunate enough to not live in these times where people lost their lives and died for these things, for change, for humanitarian, for freedom, that's not going to happen. I'm not going to die doing this, but it's important to me that people put their bodies on the line and stand up and try to make change, create awareness. The Australasian Women in Firefighting Association, WAFA, will be having a conference at the end of August in Brisbane. It's linked in with the Australasian Fire Authorities Council conference, and at that conference we'll be giving everyone an opportunity to step up from their roles and their positions and stand out and get on board with this movement for change, for the betterment of the fire service, for a better service delivery for the community. So thank you again. Stay tuned for the thank you post and the report, and I will keep this site active because I've really enjoyed having a repository for all of the things that are going on globally for women and diversity in the fire service. So I'll keep sharing. Please keep sharing with me and other followers, and thank you. From Atlanta, from the Civil Rights Museum, adios.